Hey, money actors. So just recently saw somebody post that they wanted to give a friend advice who was thinking about getting into visual effects or animation. And they were wondering if they should lead them into this business when so many jobs are being lost to AI. It made me think about my personal experience in the past with this industry, but also this probably affects a lot of different industries where people are thinking, am I going to be out of a job soon because AI is taking so many jobs? There's all of these moments where there's a new technology that comes around and disrupts everything. And in film and games and animation, visual effects, it's constantly changing because of technology. But Life of Pi back there, I was working on that with a company that I basically grew up with, and they won the Academy Award and went bankrupt all within 2 weeks. So that was a major hit, and it's a reason why I started looking into a plan B, which was learning about money. And I thought, why ruin another passion of mine? I'll just go fully in on money because that's all I'm interested in for my plan B. And ultimately what that did was reinvigorate my love for movies and give me a new passion, which is money. So here's the thing with AI. AI is a tool, just like anything else, and it just makes people more productive. It doesn't completely eliminate jobs. The reason it eliminates jobs is because now you're so much more productive. Now they don't need as many people to do the same task. For instance, you're a concept artist. Now you can crank out 100 different things for a director to look at and pick and choose. I like this about this and this about this and this about this. You can they still need you. You can just get there faster. And so it eliminates the need for a whole bunch of people cranking out 100 images. You can do that now with AI in one day and get to that end result faster. Ultimately, it will still mean they need people. It just means that now we can do so much more in so much less time. But that means more content can be created with the same amount of people. So yes, it will first eliminate jobs, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't go for an industry just because AI is there. You should always be keeping up with the latest technology. And that's my advice right now is you should be going all in on figuring out what you can do to adopt AI for your workflow so that you are the most productive person or your company is the most productive company. Not be afraid of it and get pissed that, hey, it's killing jobs. You need to adapt and go with that. And sure, there's things with that are copyright protected that they shouldn't be using and stuff like that. That's fine, but it's still a game changer and you should definitely be looking into that. But I would also say for that same person who asked that initial question, I would also say that you do have to have a passion for whatever industry you're going into. The question was, should I encourage somebody to go into visual effects or animation? And I would say if they absolutely love movies or games or whatever they're going into, then they have to have that passion. And they also have to be willing to sort of lose that love a little bit or ruin that passion a little bit, because that may happen. They may get into it, they love it, but it may still kind of ruin that just absolute desire and love you have for it. So you have to be willing to take a hit on that. You're not going to kill it completely, but you are going to potentially take a hit on your love of the medium that you're going into. And then I would say that in this particular industry, since we're focusing on that, basically there's something massively disruptive every 10 years, whether it's a strike, whether it's bankruptcies, whether it's new technology. You have to have a plan B, and you probably have to have a plan B in every single industry that you're in. I mean, my dad was an air traffic controller for the federal government, and they privatized it when he was 20 days away from retirement. Now, he ultimately ended up getting his pension, but you can imagine if there was somebody that was 5 years away from their pension or a year, they were probably screwed. So you have to have a plan B no matter what industry you're in. And what my plan B is I had learned about money, so that while I'm working, I can be investing the right way. Not in a 401k, because that's garbage. Those things collapse every 10 years or so. In fact, it's collapsed 4 times in the last 25 years, and you've been wiped out, and you've slowly had to get back up, and it seems like you're going up, but when you adjust for inflation, you're kind of flat. So 401ks, RSPs in Canada, they're garbage. You need to invest the right way. And you need to invest for residuals, not for some finite amount of money. Do I need $1 million, $2 million? Nobody knows, because you don't know how old you're going to live to, for one thing. But you also don't know how much the dollar is going to collapse inflation-wise. So $1 million might not buy as much, in the future when you do go to retire. So you have to invest for residuals. So I would encourage everybody to start learning about money. And why not start here? Subscribe to this channel, and you'll stay up to date on all the various things that have to do with money, and maybe even check out my website, money-act.com, to learn a little more. All right, thanks everybody.